Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frost Glass. I'm joined by my fellow Albuster Savages, not Jack. No, wait, he's I Like Boobs today.
I am Jack Gunsky.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, are you like
I was
Sybil?
doing my 6 impression.
Oh, fair enough.
Doing 6, doing you. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, filling in for Moon, we have the next 6 minutes.
So you shall refer to me as Moon Minutes.
I prefer the next 6
minute.
shocks.
The next 6 minutes, I think, is the way to go.
Is Moon okay?
He's got personal stuff going on.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wish him the best.
And Terry Diamantis.
And the other thing about Andrew Tate,
He looks smelly. Oh,
Yeah, we were talking about our favorite YouTubers. Yeah. Right. And this week's special guest, Jack Cochran.
hi everybody.
Yes, we were talking about Andrew Tate, butt stuff, and feet.
and Coach Redfield.
Yeah, so that's the stuff that you missed.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys didn't miss much.
Gonzalo Lira.
Yeah, that was his name.
Well, that was Coach Red Pill's
Redfield,
name.
Coach Redfield. Yeah, Gonzalo
Oh, yeah.
Lira.
No, it
Man,
was his name.
That is
It
way
was.
too
He
cool.
did that.
That is way too cool a name for him.
I know, right?
That's because he's got that like South American name. South American names are typically kind of cool.
Yeah.
Me llamo es Gonzalo Lira.
Yeah, it sounds badass. Like
I saw
Rodrigo Ramirez.
I saw a meme. It was like South American names. It shows the first name, and it shows like a guy in a sombrero. Second, last name, and it shows a Nazi.
That's Argentina and Brazil, I think.
So, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. I'm concerned about Mr. Gunsky though,
Yeah.
because he has Gunt in his name, and that's going to eventually attract Ethan Ralph.
Fair enough.
Because I'm pretty sure he owns the word Gunt.
There is no T in my name.
Yeah, but it sounds that way when you say it. Most people don't say Gunsky and think guns. They hear Gunt, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's culturally appropriating revenge pornographers."
The two are equally scary.
See, Ethan Ralph is someone I thankfully know nothing about.
His logic is undeniable, people.
I know I am flawless. Just ask me. Don't ask
Ralph.
anybody I hang out with, though.
I know broadly what Ethan Ralph looks like, but that's the extent of my knowledge on the man.
You see, Ralph was a homosexual. I love old shorts. What was that one that you showed recently? They can't be airplane pilots because they're retarded.
Wait, what's that from?
It's some old short, like the kind of thing they would do on MST or something. But
Yeah, it was two people watching airplanes and daydreaming. And it turned out they were both retards.
I gotta say that was a great twist. That was like Fight Club. Yeah.
What about the short where about selling to black people?
Yes, I love that one.
Another classic, Selling the Negro, which is very poor phrasing.
Well, my reply to that one was I quote tweeted the video and said how to sell to the Negro, and it was the King of the Hill clip. We asked them politely but firmly to leave.
I will say that the similarity between Negroes and Latinos is we do like name brand. We trust name brand, and if you try to undersell us, then we're not gonna trust you.
And as we
That's
learned
fair.
last week, the Latinos are like genetically evolved to be good at manual labor.
Yes.
Hey, Six.
Sí.
If you don't
Es
buy
correcto.
name brand, if you don't buy name brand, does that mean you won't buy oranges from other Latinos?
No.
All right. Well, we should get to our first article, and unfortunately, it's more bad news because apparently the West is a lost cause, and that is because China is so far ahead of the West that the West is a lost cause.
Wait, the West as in California? Because that's believable. Or the
I love
West
how
as in,
there's-
like, Texas, because I don't buy that.
I love how there's just a sect of the left that just literally believes everything China says about everything.
Well,
So,
yeah.
so Frosted, I'm going to have you read this article, and then I'm going to rant. I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know. I'm going to
Yeah.
rant.
You really think China would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
You know how the old saying goes, trust China.
Yeah. They aren't
Trust-
assholes.
Yeah, trust China. China is good country.
It's true. It's true. China definitely not asshole.
A few days ago, I listened to a video in which someone said that a benevolent dictator is far better than a bad elected president. He named Singapore as an example. Lee Kuan Yew, the authoritarian prime minister of Singapore between 59 and 90, took a poor, forgotten island and turned it into the modern success it is.
That name is practically some young guy.
Yeah. That's like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
Whatever your thoughts about the lack of freedom in China, China's infrastructure is, I'm not sure if that's a word, but is so far
think it
ahead of America's that it makes America look like a banana republic.
Guys,
that's
what do
what-
we got to do about our infrastructure?
That's why they have all those buildings falling down over there. Yeah, great infrastructure.
Yeah, that's why you have all the buildings that are filled with old newspaper
and
instead of
corn
actual
husks.
aggregate.
Yeah, look, all that's just insulation.
Even when I arrived in the States in 2003, I thought it was more like the third world than the first world. I have lived and worked in several countries in both Africa and Europe. The World Bank said some years ago that China was the only country in the world that had eliminated poverty. So how did it do this?
They told everybody they just eliminated poverty. Nobody checked.
Well, when you're
curious what
poor
this
all
au-
starved to death, it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
I'm curious if what this author's opinions on drug usage are, because I have news for you. If you want to go to the Great Singapore and use drugs, you're going to die. You're gonna get seriously fucked.
And I had good news for everyone. Despite not being on the show, Moonshock is still doing his job and putting a picture of the author in chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hi,
man.
son.
Yeah, I mean, I saw
yeah.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
She looks exactly like the kind
A
of person
dude?
who would write this article.
It's post-op Alice Cooper.
Oh my god.
So I guess no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moon is telecommuting. Yeah. All right. Okay. The difference between America and China is that Chinese government puts the well-being of the majority ahead of the well-being of the individual. I also remember when I arrived in the States in 2003, legal immigration, that I was given a brochure that said I would have culture shock because America is the only country in the world that puts the interests of the individual above the interests of the community. Then, as now, I cannot see how anyone with a brain can think that this will result in the greater good. It is inevitable.
You don't see why that's a problem, do you? Being in favor of the community instead of the individual? Because guess what? Nobody knows what the community needs. The individual knows what they need,
Well,
and
this,
that extends to the aggregate.
well, this is a common problem with communists. They perceive central planning as being the end-all, be-all. So the individual might have some outlying issue that doesn't help the collective. So by focusing on the collective, they can eliminate that individual, and then the problem's solved. That's why they could feel free to lock up individuals during quarantine, because the individual is minuscule compared to the collective. It's the whole Spock thing. You're putting the many ahead of the needs of the few.
it will never cease to amaze me that a human being is so willing to sell out what makes you you.
Oh,
Like
if
what
it's,
makes me
yeah.
an individual. They're willing to give that away in exchange for a little bit of the possibility of a little bit of food and a place to live.
Yeah, the perception of comfort. It doesn't need to
Yes.
be thriving, it just needs to be sustainable. And unfortunately, that's very, very common. And it's terrifying. It should be terrifying because they're willing to sacrifice you for the greater good that suits their needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
also,
worked
by
out
the way,
well,
they're
right?
not going to get it. Yeah, they're not going to get it either.
Yeah,
Well,
it worked out well.
Utopia is just one more murder away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the utopia is just one more obstructionist from being achieved. That's why the revolution can never end, because there's always somebody that's out there rabble rousing, and it's never going to change. There's always going to be people that are suffering. And under communism, you're all equally poor. So there's no
Yes.
rich people,
Yeah.
except the party members.
And Moonshock in chat, not letting separation be a bar for saying something totally unrelated.
Eh.
Huh?
No, he's talking about a non sequitur in chat.
No. It's that's Six's job. Alright.
We've exchanged places. I don't know.
I
if
guess so.
You caught the theme of the whole thing. Is it?
Like,
So he is Six, and I am Moon.
It's like
as in like trading places or like face off.
it's like that Eddie Murphy movie, The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
You know, I've never seen that one.
No one has.
I did see
I will-
Leonard Part 6. That was a weird movie.
Pluto
is
Nash is not nearly as bad as people put it out. You know, it's not.
It is inevitable that when some individuals are told that they can benefit if they don't care about the community, then they will proceed to benefit themselves. The results are all around. I cannot think of a single country that has ever had communist leadership. The definition of communism is that people own the means of production. In other words, it is the collective, not the government, which is making the decisions. To understand why socialism has always been linked with communism, you need to know that communists believe that communism will never arrive without violent overthrow of capitalism, and that a period of socialism is necessary. When socialism
Wait,
is
is this entire article just going to be Marxist bullshit?
Yes.
Of course.
Where-
Just basically rereading the book.
why
It is
why
your
would you think
typical-
that, Jack? It's an article about how great China is. Why would you think it would be defending communism?
Yeah, Gunsky. Why? Why?
Why? Why?
Look, obviously this person never left the urban areas and went out to the country in China. Because out in the countryside, if you go to one of the rural temples, they're all falling apart and in ruins. Because nobody has to take care of them.
I went to this nice village called Potemkinville.
Okay, that I could believe. But if you go out there and look at the rural village, most of the monks are gone. And the temples have all been left in disarray because nobody wants to take individual responsibility for it because it's the community's problem. So nobody's going to step up and add their hard work to it because nobody else will do it either.
That's when socialism has sorted out all the problems, then they will hand over to we the people, and then we the people will implement communism. And
oh yeah,
pigs
that's not delusion.
and pigs fly. Capitalism is not permission for private individuals to trade and set up a business. Trade and business have been around for as long as human beings have been around. Yes, it started with barter systems, and through the ages, the sophistication of trade has grown. However, capitalism is about 250 years old, and it is not the only system in the world that has ever allowed trade and business.
The problem is kind of a misunderstanding in terminology. People talk as though capitalism is in itself a system when it's not. It is merely the order that falls out of chaos. It is the system that occurs organically when you let things go as they will. And what we have today in America is not capitalism, because everything is being top-down controlled.
It's more of like an observation. It's like how people act when they're human.
Yeah.
Well, the term capitalism was given to us by a filthy commie, so
Yes, it was meant to be an insult.
yeah.
Yeah. There has always been trade and business. When people point to China and say that the only reason it flourished is because it has now capitalism, they confuse business ownership with capitalism. Capitalism is funded by capital, whereas the Chinese government searches for gaps where business can flourish and then provides the money needed to launch.
No.
Democracy,
No.
like capitalism, can be very unwise.
Do you know nothing about central planning? They're not interested in making the system work. They're interested in making things work for themselves.
Are you suggesting that a medium author is uneducated on the subject that they're writing about?
Or maybe
Fair enough.
disingenuous.
I mean,
I'm
Terry, if
shocked
we're
to hear
going
that.
if we're going to comment on that, then I must question the intention of this entire show.
Trust old crazy eyes.
My whole life is a lie. The idea that the base of society, invariably the least educated and the least skilled, are equipped to vote for the person most capable to become president or prime minister is absurd.
And that's why women shouldn't vote. I'm glad we agree.
Yeah. Equally, the idea that the most greedy and the most drive person to make money is the one that societies need is also absurd. All right, and here we have the purpose and responsibilities of government. The purpose of and responsibilities of government are as follows. Number 1, eliminate all ideologies that work against the greater good of the greater number for the longest period of time.
Oh, is that all? Is that all they've got to do?
I think we
So
can agree on
basically,
that.
this is an admission that communism seeks to take over literally everything. And yet you were offended when it is compared to socialism. What were you gonna say, Terry?
This is like the joke about using 1984 as an instruction manual.
Not only is it the government's job, but it's number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the thing about communism. See, it can't work unless it takes over literally everything. You know, it's about world domination, which, you know, is kind of the thing that people were upset about, like other dictators, like, I don't know, Hitler, whoever that guy is.
No, but this isn't communism, or capitalism, or socialism. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but communism and socialism are the same thing. They're functionally the same exact thing. They lead to the same outcomes, and they are totally absorbing. They are incapable of allowing other ideas to exist. You cannot have a country with communism. The entire world must be communism. And that's what this always boils down to, is they always say that communism fails because there are other places that don't observe communism.
Yeah, basically.
Number 2, invest resources in the infrastructure of the country so that citizens can travel with speed, communicate with ease, drink clean water, and eat healthy food. Ensure that all people have access to housing and that educational facilities provide marketable and useful skills.
I'm glad the money fairy visited her house.
Oh, and there are some TikToks as evidence.
Oh, is Road Girl on there?
So what are you going to be educated in, comrade?
Yeah.
Well,
painting.
See,
How
It
about
better
the
be-
mines?
It better be digging ditches or else you're going to the gulag.
No, I'm going to paint the capitalists digging the mines.
so Frosted, I wanted to make this comment. See, all these people that you just scrolled by, You know what they're called?
Idiots.
They're
Retards.
called white monkeys.
Ah.
Baizuo.
Yeah, I've heard the Baizio one before.
Hey. Is that a weeb thing?
No,
No,
it's
it's what
Chinese.
the
Chinese
it's
thing.
what the Chinese
it-
used to refer to, like useful idiot white people.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
it means white liberal, basically.
They're all white monkeys.
On the payroll for the Communist Party.
It's also important to know that China fully intends to take Taiwan, and that when she does, she intends to either ask the Japanese to depart or to swear loyalty to China.
So wait, China's a woman?
Only a woman would want communism. I mean, what?
Yeah. I truly detest the constant articles about how bad Trump is, but how good Democrats are. As far as I'm concerned, they're both lost causes. Neither of these groups of people are building bullet trains, making Wi-Fi free, building state-owned hospitals for inexpensive and affordable access for we the people, and they aren't interested in building social housing either. More than that, neither of the two parties have any interest in putting a stop to the extreme wealth accumulation of people like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, or Jeff Bezos.
Good. I don't want them to do that.
Until the idea that personal success drives community success is discarded, there will be no upward mobility for any country in the West. I'm also done with the multitude of articles about which shares should be invested in, and why one should buy Bitcoin, and which country one should flee to in order to avoid what a shitty place America or the UK is.
Liberia. Go to Liberia.
Yeah. South Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
I've lived
I'd
in...
say go to the Congo. That'll show them.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen.
Not a good option.
If you think that America, the concept of America, and the general founding principles of America are a generally good thing, and you think that America has strayed from those, and you want to fight and protest to protect that, then I am A-okay with that. But if you want to change the fundamental principles of America so that you can go to your ideal system, no matter what it is, then you can fuck off.
What?
Go to another country, go literally anywhere else, go die in a fucking ditch. I don't give a shit. Fuck off.
But
That
Jack,
sounds
what
a
about
lot like work.
I think the prevailing ideology should be terrorism. I think everything should be designed to suit me.
I like it.
but Jack? Jack,
I
think of the
think
white
I think we
monkeys.
should. I think we should all observe terrorism. I think we should be terrorists.
Yes, exactly.
Terrorists? They're the people that push it and force the terrorism. Usually,
Yes, exactly.
usually on airplanes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I've lived in both countries, plus many others, both in Europe and in Africa. I can assure you that each country has its ups and downs, and no country has a moral right to interfere in the workings of another country until their country is in good order. And even then, I'm not sure that interference in sovereign entities is the business of someone else.
So we should stay out of Israel and Palestine then, because
That-
quote unquote America hasn't got its shit in order, according to this author. So they shouldn't be meddling in other countries like Israel, Palestine, or Ukraine and Russia. It's just
Well, by their own logic, we never should have got involved in World War II.
Yeah.
Also, the author didn't seem to have a problem with China taking Taiwan.
no,
Yeah,
they
well,
didn't.
That's going to improve Taiwan in their mind. It's morally acceptable if it's an improvement, see? Because China's already perfected their system. Remember, they eliminated poverty, but
Yeah.
the U.S. is flawed, so they can't do anything.
Taiwan needs white monkeys.
Would they be Taiwanese monkeys?
People everywhere, regardless of their lack of talent, ability, skin color, or creed, still want the same things that those who have flourished want. There is no perfect country. There are only those countries where leadership is attempting to look after the material needs of the people, which they tend to do far more effectively in the East than the West, and those who don't. The West has fallen behind, and within a decade it will no longer have the status that it once had. There are so many forces working against it. However, few, if any, of these forces came about through the ill will of others. They came about as a result of the arrogance flaunted by a people who refuse to see the humanity within others.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Instead of wasting money on wars and weapons, teaching people skills should be a priority. There needs to be an enormous skills training effort in the States and in the UK. It's one of their reasons I like both candidates for the coming New York mayoral election.
You were waiting for that line, weren't you?
I didn't know about that line. Each of them have policies that will right some aspects of issues that have long been neglected. I cannot emphasize strongly enough that teaching against magical thinkings needs to be made a law.
Oh, wow.
Says the communist.
Yeah.
This guy must really hate Joan Didion. That's a shitty book, by the way. Don't read it. I don't care about freedom of belief. At this point, the degree of damage that magical thinking has done to the West is unimaginable. We need to get back to hard science, and to stop the nonsense that our personal improvement, empathy, thoughts, etc. will improve our world.
Yes, we need to look at the hard data. Now, let's see. How many people died during the Great Leap Forward?
Oh, we don't talk about that.
I'm telling you, if we kill the birds, then we'll have much better crops.
Oh,
Yeah, of
so
course.
true.
So what about the Cultural Revolution?
Yeah,
And
that one.
I'm just glad that Australia is not the only country that lost to water birds. That's all I'm saying.
What will improve our world by focusing on the practical, worldly things that need to be done, like cleaning up the trash heaps. Do you know that China takes all waste and makes road out of it? Something like that.
Something like that, yes.
Sure they do.
Emphasis on the singular road.
Yeah.
It's part of their Belt and Road Initiative where they go dump it in Africa.
Their roads are made out of Uyghurs. I'll leave you with this. I'm hoping the videos will make you take a second look at China. Not because I'm supporting China, but because I want you to realize just how far behind the West is. Perhaps then, politicians can be forced to focus on what needs to be done.
Yeah, clearing out the commies.
Yeah, damn right.
Is it my rant time?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm about to set this tanky bitch straight. All right. So we have a country that is full of wonderful people, but their government is a sack of shit. The CCP is in fact asshole. This is a country that is so tightly controlled that people have to smuggle news out of the country. This is a country where factories get torched every other day because nobody is paying the workers, the beloved workers that this was it Tessa McSandwich. Tessa McSandwich.
Well, why do you need to pay them when they own the means of production?
Oh, yeah, certainly. They own the means of production.
That
The means
sounds
of
like
production.
double dipping.
The means of production of gutter oil, which is essentially exactly what it is. But it's self-explanatory. It's oil from the gutter. It's people fish the stuff out of the sewer. Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Oh, because nobody's paying them. And oh my God, I could go on all day.
I would be curious to learn how this author would react to one of the people who says that China is not real communism
Mm.
because
I
they
would like to
consider it
see
to be a
her.
failed state.
I would like to see her. I would like to see her to survive 1 month, just 1 month, as a Chinese, not as a Westerner. Go in there and have exactly as a common Chinese person would have, and see how wonderful the system that she thinks is so amazing and super wonderful, so wonderful that when you see those great cityscapes that you always see with the lights and shit, you know why they have to take those at after dark? Because during the day you can't see the damn buildings because there's so much smog. Sky don't lie.
No, the way it works is every communism is real communism until the country fails. Then it retroactively becomes not communism and
No,
wasn't
no.
done right.
Well,
Sure.
the author says China's not real communism because they say, I cannot think of a single country that has ever had communist leadership.
They build their skyscrapers out of cardboard and wishful thinking, and I'm not exaggerating.
There's
yes.
glue in there, made out of horses and people.
Exactly.
And hopes and dreams.
Exactly. The China show for the win. Sky don't lie.
Someone who has talked to many Chinese people, you can't talk to them about their government, or at least you can't provide any criticism of their government at all. They
The
will shut
Chinese
that shit down.
The Chinese can't criticize their government because their social credit score will tank, and anybody approaching them to try and talk about the government or mentioning Tiananmen Square, they will report you to the police, because if they don't, they could face going to jail.
Yes.
Like, the first person I'd seek out was probably that Tony guy who makes the signs.
Oh yeah, that dude's pretty funny.
I would smuggle his ass out and set him up a shop here in Texas.
All right. Well, with the end of the first article comes our first game, and that is Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition, where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys fill in those words Mad Lib style. Then the chat votes on which one is best. All right. So, Jack Gunsky, I need a person.
Mao Zedong.
By the way, why do we have to change, like, Asian and Arabic spellings all the time? It's Mao Zedong.
I thought it
Mousy
was
Dong.
Ding Dong.
It's Mousy Dong.
All right, let's see. 6, I need a type of person, plural.
Type of person, plural. White monkeys.
I believe it's called Mayo Monkeys. Get it right.
Let's see. Terry, I need a past tense transitive verb.
Molested.
Jack Cochran, I need an adjective.
What kind of adjective? Just a regular, any kind of
Any
adjective?
Yeah.
All right, give me a second to think. Blue.
There you go. That works.
Sure.
You want a different one?
I mean,
don't
it is
know,
an
yeah.
adjective.
It technically, yes, it is. All right, let's, 6. Give me a thing, plural.
A thing, plural. Okay. Struggle sessions.
There you go.
Pretty accurate.
I think like objects, you know.
Oh, women.
Okay.
No, that's property.
How about pogroms?
Isn't that also an event?
Ah, shit. Okay.
Are you just gonna name like 7 more events?
Let's see. Cheap Chinese battery.
There you go.
All right, we'll go with Chinese batteries. All right, let's see. And Terry, give me a person.
Chunk yogurt. The chink yogurt, however you say his name.
Shank yogurt.
That'll do. Close enough.
Yeah. All right, Jack Cochran, give me a living thing plural.
Homosexual aardvarks.
Oh, God.
Congratulations to this week's loser, Terry Diamantis.
Oh,
I gotta admit, it's pretty stiff competition for the loser this week.
yeah.
Why do you all go for like this weird, obscure shit for your answers? It never works. It's never fucking funny.
Or overly specific.
Yeah.
Yes,
Look, you guys can claim that, but it's funny in my head, and that's all I care about.
Well, that is
Alright.
true.
And
Guys,
Jack
just
Gunsky,
say
I need
ass.
a verb.
Well, I'm going to go with the theme of 2000s music and say die,
Yeah.
as in the Daba Diva run.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Okay, so Jack Gunsky's is how Mao Zedong takes love for Chinese batteries to a whole new level.
Mm.
Like sexual love?
I mean, did he stick one in his urethra?
Dude,
That's what I need to know.
Yeah. All right, and 6. White monkeys plan to kill Cenk Uygur, and they will come for you after.
That sounds like a horror film.
yeah.
Well, the first time they tried sending horses, and that didn't turn out well.
Like, isn't that the plot of Congo?
Except that had Tim Curry, so it was better.
And Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, Terry. This man got molested by 2 million homosexual aardvarks on Tinder.
Damn Tinder.
Tinder's got a lot of aardvarks.
Yeah.
Swiped right.
All right, and Jack Cochran's. How can I tell all my blue gay friends I'm afraid to die alone?
That's kind of too normal.
Yeah, it's too.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't work at all.
Well, if they're in the Blue Man group, we're Smurfs.
Yeah, actually, die was the original word.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jack.
Fuck. How the fuck did that happen?
You ruined everything, Jack.
I somehow ruined the game completely.
No, don't chew on that.
You don't tell me what not to chew on.
Sorry, the cat's chewing on my headphone cord.
Yeah.
She's a little stoned right now.
Moonshock asks if that's a first. Is that the first time that somebody actually guessed a correct word from the title?
No, it's not. Because
Yeah,
I
it might
remember
have
there was
happened
one
before.
time that someone said, I think it was like Joe Biden, and then Frosted said, actually, Joe Biden was the original person, so can you pick someone else?
Yeah. All right, and also we only have 20 likes, but we have 48 viewers right now.
What? That doesn't math at all.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe I somehow made the anti-funny Kong. Everybody else's answers sucked, but my answer sucked so badly that it reduced it back to normal.
It's in the negatives, Jack. You are a mathematical genius.
Only
And it
Jack
wa-
could pull that off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It
some
was.
weird
It
stuff
wasn't
and
even
shit.
that bad an answer. It's just that it just didn't work by complete accident.
That
It's
is the
your-
miracle of Gunsky math.
Yet your love of Eiffel 65 betrayed you. Oh, we didn't even have the poll on which is best. All right.
None of them are. They all suck. The poll should be which one sucks the worst, and mine would suck the worst.
I think mine's kind of okay. Like the gay aardvarks is kind of funny a little bit, but yeah, most of them aren't very good. I will agree.
Look, we can't hit everything out of the park. We're all human. Well,
True. This is
most
true.
of us.
I still blame Jack.
Of course.
I'll take the fall for this one, but only by freak accident.
Just goes to show communists aren't funny.
All right.
It seems like mine is taking the strong lead, like 80% of the vote so far. So thank you, everyone in chat, for your wonderful support.
I'm going to abstain from this one because they all suck.
Epstein from this one? That's weird.
And Jack Gunsky got the correct number of votes, which I'm happy to see.
Actually, that should be -1.
Somehow Jack Cochran got 11%, which I find amazing because it's
Yeah.
not
Well, I
funny
think
at
it's because it
all.
was so not funny, it kind of wrapped around to being funny again.
Thank you, chat. You guys are awesome.
All right, and now for our second article.
Oh god, it's only the second. Shit.
And we're gonna learn just how much 6 fucked us.
Oh dear.
Dear Latin voters, the GOP doesn't accept you.
Yeah.
Just because
Spoken
you
by someone who's not in the GOP.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel underappreciated. I feel unloved, and quite frankly, I feel like I need to go to Taco Bell. Yes, wonderful Taco Bell down the street.
You march yourself
Portable.
over to that nasty old gop and you give him a piece of your mind.
Wait,
I have news for you. If you vote for the GOP, you're part of the GOP.
yeah, you're not Latin. Aren't you from Texas? That's like a whole other country.
Yeah, are you from ancient Rome? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
whole
you don't seem like a carny.
Guys, it's a whole other country altogether.
So
It's a whole other
A
country.
whole other country. Thank you.
Yeah, I got
So
the reference.
So I am from the land of paste picante sauce.
Wait. The stars are bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas. All right, that ends the musical break. All right.
For now.
Just because you work for them doesn't mean they'll ever truly like you.
Oh, and it's our friend Teppenfart.
Yep. Okay, I might as well make an article that is going to get me a lot of hate. But I ran out of fucks a while ago. Today oh man, she's such a
She's so
badass.
cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Arthur. We love you. It's not for the reason you were hoping.
Unlike your dad, we love you.
We love all the medium authors here.
Yeah. Today, I saw ICE agents on one of my favorite streets at home, and something in me broke. Nice timing. So I opened a beer. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm ready to call people out, and part of this is because of the betrayal I felt from minorities who had just as much, if not more, to lose from a Trump win than I did. Let's talk about the latest onslaught of news involving Latino voters who made the choice to become Trumpers. Cubans have voted for Trump in droves, but Trump wants them out. Stories are showing Latino voters having buyer's remorse. the many, many stories of Trumpers whose spouses were deported, like this one. Latin.
Was it Maryland man or something?
Probably.
Maryland father, sorry.
When are we going to get Maryland man versus Alabama man?
Versus
Latin.
Florida man.
Yeah. Latin people, primarily Latin men, voted for Trump in large numbers. Part of it is a known amount of machismo, and voting for a woman was not macho enough for them to want to do it. Other reasons...
That's kind of racist.
Yeah, it's those damn sexist spics screwed us.
That's kind of what she said.
I didn't like her laugh, and I doubt she would make me a sandwich.
This is basically the stab in the back theory. Let's see. Other reasons cited included being the party of Christianity and being pro-life. Those bastards.
Yeah.
I like alive people.
An unspoken reason why Hispanic voters turned out for Trump involves racism. If nothing else, Trump is brilliant at the divide and conquer technique. You're writing an article specifically about Hispanics.
Yes.
Trump and the GOP divided the Hispanic community using the issue that no one likes talking about, racism.
Ooh.
We've been talking about racism.
Because the left hates...
Incessant.
The left hates talking about racism, Jack.
We've talked about racism incessantly for like 15 years. It has not ended once.
You cannot get a leftist to talk about racism. Much of Latin America...
And they say, racism. Anyway.
Much of Latin America has a long history of using racism as a social pecking order. Oh man, they're sexist and racist. A legacy of...
Hey.
This article is doing a good job of selling Latinos to me.
Yeah.
I love Latinos now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want them in my neighborhood, but they're okay. All right.
I suddenly find that my heart has grown 3 times today.
You should probably get that looked at. That sounds serious.
The Grinch who stole Cinco de Mayo. A legacy of the days of the conquistadors, a caste system has been noticeable in many Latin countries, both spoken and unspoken. It's almost entirely based on race. It's not just me saying this, it's actually a heavily studied section of history that has roots in colonialism. It's called castas or castes, so just say castes. Right.
Yeah.
At the top are people who are entirely European in heritage. People who are European and indigenous are known as mestizos, and they are in the middle. At the bottom are the descendants of slaves. From what I was able to research...
I was so hoping they were going to say, also known as niggers.
Yeah. In Spanish.
But what about the proletariat?
From what I was able to research and observe, the darker your skin, the worse your standings tend to be in many parts of Latin America. So was Trump basically right that there are shithole countries then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, why else would they not want to go back to these glorious places they still fly their flags from?
Well, what's your opinion on India? I'm curious.
So what? Why should we be allowing illegals from these places in then? It sounds like they're all awful.
What about what's it called? Eastern Asia. I mean, isn't that basically what about the Middle East? Isn't that a caste system over there? Isn't there basically a caste system in most of the places on Earth?
Yeah, Japan, India, even China has its class system.
I mean, in Hollywood, they have casting couches.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And many Latin people in South America consider themselves to be white, though they actually happen to be mixed race. There's also another major rift in the Latin community not many folks want to talk about. the divide between legal U.S. citizens and illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants are often heavily looked down upon by legal Latinos, those bastards, with some starting to pull the ladder up within years of getting their green card.
You mean after doing all that work and spending all that money so they could be legal, they're pulling up the ladder and saying, hey, you don't get to just walk over the Rio Grande and be a citizen. Those monsters!
So what you're telling me is that after I've earned my paycheck, that I can't, I'm not allowed to pay my own bills because that would be pulling the ladder up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what they're telling me?
Well, saying you don't want your tax dollars to go to a bunch of freeloaders that jump the line, that's obviously pulling the ladder up. Right?
Also, wouldn't pulling the ladder
Golly
up
gee
imply,
whiz.
wouldn't pulling the ladder up imply that they're all illegals? It's just that some have become citizens.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, that implies that they were all illegals at one point. Okay, so, yeah, Hispanics are all illegals, they're sexist and they're racist.
It's amazing that these people, you know, if the tables were somehow turned in some way, they would suddenly understand very well about how immigration works. But for whatever reason, illegal people on the left don't understand that illegal aliens are illegal. They don't understand that they broke the law. I don't understand how they can have such an enormous disconnect about how entering illegally is in fact illegal.
Yeah.
No. It's only bad when white people do it. Remember when the South African refugees, the farmers? See, that was bad immigration because they're the wrong color.
Yeah.
Even though they're like genuine refugees and came here legally, those guys are evil. It's the Mexicans casually strolling across the borders and, hey, I'm here now, give me free shit. Those are the good immigrants.
I would just like to ask this author, is it possible, is it even theoretically possible for a black person to commit a crime?
No.
Is there anything
not
that a
to-
black person can do that is actually illegal?
Yes, there's
to
one
them.
thing. There's one thing. Disagree with them.
They can
Yes.
vote Republican.
Yeah, basically.
Look, they have generational trauma, so that means that their actions are excusable. They're just trying to get compensation for 400 years of slavery in the country that's only 250 years old.
No. Black people can do anything they want except disagree with the left. You only have to look at like Clarence Thomas to see what they think of the black people who dare think the wrong thing. And then, I don't know.
Well, you see, Terry, agency is only for white people.
True,
Uh,
true.
Agency is only acceptable when it's a white liberal.
Yes, exactly.
I love how, like, based on this article alone, you would think that illegal is just a breed of Mexican.
Yeah, well, it's amazing if you go to Mexico City right now. I just saw a video on this. They're spray painting on the walls, "Go home, colonizer," talking about the white people that moved there during the pandemic and that are still, like, basically telecommuting from there. So, yeah, it doesn't sound real welcoming there. If you overstay your visa anywhere in South America, they're going to come looking. You're going to be easy to find.
There's gringos down there gentrifying the homeland, so crackering up the place with their crackerness, with crackitude.
Yeah, making
it's
it
like,
all Saltine approved.
It's like those people who were doing a march to Gaza, and then they found out that, oh, Egypt won't let us across their border.
Must be a lot of them Chinese white monkeys down there gentrifying the.
Oh my god, that was so funny watching those dumbass Americans get the shit kicked out of them in Egypt because the Egyptians hate the Gazans. Because the Gazans, last time they took some in 1970, tried to overthrow the Egyptian government. They did the same thing in Jordan, and they're just bad people. Maybe you should accept that.
Yeah,
But Jack, that's just the caste system working. That's just the racist against Kamala Harris and her no sandwich making ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's it's funny, like, everyone who actually has to be near the Gazans tends to hate them.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where they're like, "You ever think that maybe we're the bad guys?"
Yeah. Okay. It's fucked. And it divided the Hispanic vote in a way that ended up hurting everyone. While they may be white in Latin America, I have bad news about US racism. I've seen quite a few people who were crazy Trumpers who were Colombian. One in particular took me by surprise because he was active in the hip-hop community. I think he was... Huh?
Pitbull?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty big on anti-immigration, as I recall.
I just know he's a shitty musician.
Yeah, well, he's that too.
Hey,
I just know
why
he's a
does the
type of
right
dog.
have why does the right have like the lamest celebrities?
Because most celebrities are a bunch of leftists that will blow anybody to get a role, so they'll
Well,
flex their morals in any direction necessary.
well, yeah. I think basically, if you're on the right, then you get excluded from Hollywood, which necessitates that you become, less popular. Like
Yeah, you're
you
either
can't be
a
Kevin
left...
Sorbo and be accepted by Hollywood. They're just not going to give you any roles.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
either a leftist or you just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to get blackballed and
Yeah.
never get roles. So
Kevin Sorbo.
I know, but I'm
Kirk
just
Cameron.
wondering why. Well, I'm just wondering why, of all the celebrities who have been outed as being on the right and ultimately lost work in Hollywood for it, why are they all lame?
well, we got Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, we got
Celebrities are
Clint
lame.
Eastwood. Okay,
We got
that's-
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
There's
Kelsey.
Gary Sinise.
I wouldn't call Kelsey Grammer cool. He's a good actor. But...
He's
He's pretty-
cool.
He was Frasier. Come on.
Yeah.
His mum thinks he's
Well,
cool.
you think that Frasier was cool? I mean, the whole point of Frasier was that he was the antithesis of cool.
It's to toss salads and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
They're coming again.
He doesn't know what to do with them.
All right, hold on. I pulled up a list on the IMDb of conservative celebrities. Number 1, Tom Selleck.
Oh, wow.
The
Magnificent.
definition of cool.
I thought you were going to say number 1, Ben Shapiro.
No. Number 2, Sylvester Stallone.
Okay,
Bruce
okay,
Willis,
I'll
although
take
he's,
that.
What?
Let's okay, I think he was first-gen American or an immigrant himself. I'd asked him why he voted for Trump. He shrugged and said, "I don't have to worry about anything. I'm white." I like the way they make it feel like you're part of a club for supporting him.
Wow.
All right, I'll take things that never happened for 400.
Right?
And they all clapped.
I looked at him as if he were crazy. He didn't know, did he? To the GOP, if you have a Spanish name, you're not white. This is doubly true if you have brown hair, tan skin, and brown eyes, or if your nose and lips aren't thin. A Spanish name or an accent is enough to make you an other here. You're an immigrant, and therefore a person who has taken the job of a white person.
What?
These days, even if you're from Europe, your whiteness in the eyes of right-wing conservatives is dubious at best.
This article is like the ultimate self-report.
Yeah, if you're from Europe, you're probably Arab.
He's a conservative. So there's another cool guy that is on the right.
Who'd you say?
Chuck of all potatoes says Chuck Norris is a conservative. So there's another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Invasion USA.
So guys, I hate to inform you, but I am after all your jobs.
Yeah.
Well, you can have mine. I promise I won't mind.
You're doing my job right now, so
Yeah.
I mean we're literally doing the exact same job right now. So
all you crackers must know I am after your job. And
you're
and
probably going to get a pay cut. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sorry, Jack, we're dropping you for an underage illegal.
Meh. It happens.
I am the next 6 minutes, and I am after all your cracker jobs.
Yes.
I don't know what crackers are.
I ought to know. As a blonde-haired, green-eyed, German name-owning white person, I have heard how right-wingers in this country talk because they think I'm one of them. I'm not, but they think I am, because of how I look.
Oh, that's total. She's talk about talking out your ass. Oh yeah, it's, everybody trusts blonde-haired people with the German name. That's how we know they're in the club.
Fellow white person, you must be one of us. Come, let's talk of our evil plans.
Wahaha. Well, me did our meeting. We do share space with the Zionists, so make sure you don't show up before 6.
Yeah, because if you show up before I do, then well, you're not going to get any of my wonderful tacos that I have made for everybody.
Yeah,
Good too. You're making me hungry, dude.
Yeah, there isn't much time between siesta time and Sabbath, so. Not for nothing, but most leftists tried to warn others. I heard so many people tell me I was hysterical when I said that Trump was going to make America a fascist state.
And you were.
I was crazy for saying abortion would become a non-right. That Americans
it was never a right. You don't have a right to murder your kid.
That Americans would suffer, and that people would start going missing.
What, being deported?
The anti-immigration stuff being pushed now, with ICE taking away U.S. citizens and immigrants going to the courts the legal way. Yep, we knew it was going to happen because Trump said this would happen. If you are a Latin person who voted for Trump, I have news for you. This is going to come as a surprise to you, but you fucked yourselves. Like big time.
That's impressive.
Big time.
It doesn't matter where you came from or who your family is back home. You fucked yourselves the moment you voted for Trump. Because to many conservatives, all immigrants are brown, even the white ones.
What? What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I want it on a shirt. No, you can't just stay safe by being one of the good ones. That's something that can kind of work in a social setting, or as part of a small community. If you stay in line and let people learn to like you, you might be able to get away with it. But Johnny Law isn't local. The federal government doesn't have heartstrings to pull on. No, you can't pretend to be white. The moment they see a name like Rodriguez or Da Silva on your driver's license is the moment ICE agents' eyes narrow.
Damn.
Have you ever seen ICE agents? Like a third of them I've ever met were all Latinos.
They'll be out getting gas, and suddenly an ICE agent pulls up and he just narrows his eyes at me. It's like,
yeah, it must have been my sombrero poncho. Fuck off.
No, you misread it. The agent was just Asian.
I really gotta dial down my maraca playing.
Oh man, I kind of want to troll them now and go down and dress like Speedy Gonzalez and hang out at the border.
I want to be Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah, just sleep in the corner.
I know your sister. They are not going to believe you're from Spain or Portugal, even if you are. The name alone is enough to make you brown, and therefore undesirable in the eyes of ICE.
What? Like, what if you're actually from Spain?
It doesn't matter.
You can have a lot of the same last name, but your skin may not be as dark. Might be a little,
Well, no, but that's what the article is saying. They're saying that if your name is Rodriguez, even if you're white as a ghost, having the surname Rodriguez makes you brown. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. No, your citizenship doesn't protect you. U.S. citizens are getting detained. Even tourists are being jailed because of the remarks they make on social media.
Detained or deported? There's a big difference.
Are they talking about that guy who had the J.D. Vance meme, where it turned out that, they kicked him out because he was talking about drugs or something?
I don't remember.
Probably.
Yeah. But you know, the narrative is that he got kicked out because he had a Vance meme.
Oh,
Yeah, well, the whole Maryland man thing. So,
So
If they
they'll love
want-
my phone then.
If they want, they can say that your citizenship isn't official enough to make them let you go and make you vanish for weeks, months, or forever.
whoa, dun dun dun. No, yeah, okay. All these people of questionable status are getting renditioned to some black site in the mountains of Italy where they're being tortured. Fuck off,
And
idiot.
Tyrion chat says Angela is pale as snow, but she has the name Ariaga. Like, yeah, but she's a Jew, so that's acceptable collateral damage.
Wow.
Let's see. We all need to band together if we want to save our rights, our friends, our families, and our country. Yes, a lot of people voted against their own rights. Latin voters in particular were notorious for thinking they were going to be excused from the wrath of the GOP. They thought somehow the party that campaigned on anti-Hispanic platforms would accept them if they voted right. Or something. Well, we're fucked now and for the foreseeable near future. Okay, it's not the foreseeable future if it's just the near future.
Yeah, no, I like it. This is like The Simpsons. Your band and your children and your children's children and your children's children's children for 6 months.
For the foreseeable near future.
Wow.
But we don't have to be fucked. Trust me, I've seen your picture. You don't have to be fucked. All right. Now is the time to band together and realize some things. 1. No matter what race you are, human rights are your rights. 2. Your legal status can change in the blink of an eye, so we all gotta stop hiding behind it like it's an impermeable shield. 3. Castas and racism of any sort is stupid and will divide others. 4. No, we can't be one of the good ones in a fascist regime because that's not how it works. 5. Fascism will always eat its own and the pool of qualifying people for social acceptance is always shrinking.
Just like communism.
Yeah. And 6. There are a lot more people fascists hate than there are fascists, and we need to get together to stop this. If you care about remaining in America safe and sound, you need to start speaking out about what's going on. And please, for crying out loud, stop trying to please and fit in with the maggot crowd. They're showing you who they are, so it's best to believe them.
And don't you think that's clever? They put a T at the end of MAGA, and now it says maggot, which is insulting.
Just because you fell for racists that needed your vote once doesn't mean you have to stay a fool. You hear that, Six? Just because you're an idiot doesn't mean you have to stay one.
Yeah.
Oh golly gee whiz! I'm glad she let me know about that because I was wallowing in my own ignorance.
I was enjoying it. I mean, ignorance is bliss, they tell me.
So, I'm not supposed to eat this big jar of paste.
But it tastes so delicious.
Well, here's my assessment. Okay, so just after Trump was reelected, a lot of these assholes on their little TikToks and their little Facebooks and then all their little social medias called for people like me to be deported because they didn't like the outcome of an election because some of us were not comfortable with what Kamala Harris was bringing to the table, so we didn't vote for her.
That's it, Six. We're sending you back to Texas.
So when people like this spout off like this one just did, all I can say is fuck you because I know exactly what you assholes said. And if you want to deport me so bad, do it.
Do it.
Do it real good. Oh wait.
I dare you. I dare you to hide a taco under a cardboard box that is being propped up by a stick and a string. Go ahead,
Yes.
do it, do it.
Dude, I would fall for that trap.
They've had like almost 10 years and they still don't have a good insulting name for MAGA people.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because they're idiots.
that's a good point.
And as I've pointed out, if they weren't such like so politically correct, it's staring them right in the face. You just say fagga.
Yeah.
Right? But they can't because they're pussies. And they're not creative.
No, they're not.
It's like we're better at coming up with insults for ourselves than they are.
That's why those insults have no effect, because we can laugh at them. Not only are they terribly done, like all like racial slur for white people, but white people will find it funny and be like, nice.
I think Frosted just doesn't get the joke. See, it's got a T at the end. You see, it makes it sound like maggot. Very clever.
Oh.
Yeah, just like magatard. They're
Yeah.
implying you're retarded.
Yes.
Oh, it's a T!
There it is.
Yeah.
So you get it now.
Or
Time to
drumpf.
leave? Yeah, their insults are either always pathetic or they just make us sound cool. Like Alabaster Savages.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
love
is
that
an
one.
awesome one.
You know who finds JD Vance memes the most funny?
JD Vance.
Vance.
JD Vance.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
tweeted one out. Like he's young enough to know how meme culture works.
Yeah, you take all the power away from it by doing it yourself. You know, or laughing along with it, because first of all, have a thicker skin, you baby. And you just have to kind of roll with it. Otherwise it's gonna pester you forever.
It's funny because it used to be that it was considered that the lefties were the cool ones, and now the lefties are the most uncool people on the planet because they freak out no matter what you say. They've actively avoided being the cool ones.
It
Here's the
depends on
physics
the
lesson.
dominant culture. Like back when the Christians were the ones in control and they were nannying everybody, then it was the left that was cool. But now that the left has taken over and they're the ones censoring everybody, the right has become the cool ones.
Yeah, because
Here's how the
now,
physics work out.
And the
now
saddest part,
we're the counterculture.
yeah, and the saddest part is that we kind of suck as the counterculture.
Here's how the physics work, Jack. See, the problem is the left can't meme, and the question is, well, why? Why can't they meme? Well, if you are the meme, then you can't meme.
Well, I'm gonna defend the leftists. The leftists can meme. You just can't read. They've got this brilliant wall of text, beautifully explaining their joke, and you just can't be bothered reading it.
Yeah, if you just sit down by the fire for an afternoon and read it, then you'll have a huge laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's the problem, though, is their smugness keeps them from being pithy. Because they always have to feel smart and own you with knowledge. Ugh, boring.
Well, no, what keeps them from being pithy is that it's like it's the meme. Their ideas are so constructed up to the nth degree to avoid actually having to simplify their language, that if you actually understood what they're saying, you'd realize how stupid it all is. And so
What you're telling me.
So that's why all the leftist memes take up three paragraphs of text.
That
So
is incapably funny.
Are you telling me that jokes shouldn't have bullet points?
That's general rule. No.
Because like
The
a
only
typical
thing that should have bullet points is people in Chicago.
Those are holes, not points.
yeah, because like the point of a right-wing meme is usually common sense, so you don't need a block of text to explain it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fairly
well,
self-explanatory, and I didn't even consider myself right-wing. I'm pretty. I am the most bland moderate.
Yeah, just
Moderate.
non-leftist is what I mean.
Hmm.
Like non-leftist meme. All
Well,
right.
look, if you have to explain the joke, it's pointless. By the time you're done explaining it to one of these fucking idiots, they're not going to get it, or they're going to be offended either way. So it's not worth the time and trouble. So if they don't like the joke, just tell them to fuck off.
I'm just curious, with leftist memes, do they actually think they're being funny?
Yes, they do. They think they're
So
being
the big wall of text that's basically just ripped directly from on the Jewish question. They think that that's funny.
Well, they either think it's funny, clever, which is usually what they go for because they're not allowed to be funny. Humor's been disallowed on the left. So they think they're being clever or they think they're educating you. I have some very leftist friends, and they pull this shit in real life, where they start going into the history of something, and I'm like, first of all, you're wrong on this, and you're boring. They will try and bore you by looking smart. So it's either looking smart or clever. That's what they go for. Like, look how witty I am. And they might as well be tipping their fedora while they do it. It's really fucking irritating.
One of my friends tried to educate me on the trans culture by sending me an everyday feminism article.
Wow.
Like,
So Jack, here's how it works. You remember that episode of King of the Hill where Bobby Hill goes into that little theater program where he's learning comedy from that guy that wasn't funny. See, it's like they're all that guy.
yeah, their memes are the equivalent of the jerk store called.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if you asked one of these people to actually say something that they thought was funny, what they would actually come up with.
Yeah, it's almost
if
never
anything.
actually funny. There are some funny leftists, but not many. Usually what they end up doing is trying to be clever because they have to play word games all the time.
Well, what they think is funny, you can see just by watching like late night, TV hosts and stuff.
The John Olivers of the world.
Yeah.
They danced around with people dressed as giant syringes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Trevor Noah is the perfect example of what I'm talking about, like that when they try and be clever. Because he doesn't try to be funny. He tries to, like, I might make you chuckle a little bit, but it'll be smart. See?
Yeah, I was
than them.
I was watching some old Dr. Randomer Cam videos.
oh
Like,
yeah.
Like some from back at like around 2016. And it's like, oh my god, I totally forgot about this. And one of them was the Samantha Bee challenge.
Oh god.
And it's like I forgot she even existed.
Yeah, so did I.
It's like
Yeah,
that's the kind of comedy they like. It
I
is
forgot
not,
Dr. Randomer Camera existed until you just said that. Samantha Bee was way blocked out of my memory.
Dr. Random McCam was pretty cool. I did like him back in the day.
yeah, he's like very odd. I don't know,
He's definitely that.
He's likable though. Yeah, but yeah, like it's not actual comedy. It's just, hey, this guy sucks. Applause and laughter.
Yeah, there's a level of smugness that like obscures whatever they're talking about, and you just come off with a bad taste in your mouth because you're thinking like, wow, this person might have been funny if they weren't such an asshole, and took some comedy classes.
Yeah, because there are a couple
some
of them
people
like
just can't be funny.
Like Jon Stewart and John Oliver can deliver a joke, but their material is just leftist bullshit.
Yeah.
And the thing is that back in the early time of his show, John Oliver actually had some pretty funny stuff, but then he kind of just kept reusing the exact same joke over and over again. Like a funny animal over and over again.
He became another ideological shit weasel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should probably get to the second game.
Probably at some
Oh
point.
shit.
Yes.
Guys, I'm not feeling so great. I'm gonna have to leave soon.
All right. Well, it's time for the second game, which is for the chat-only Italians, and that is the caption contest, where I show photo of a political figure event, and the chat has come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet it after the show. And this week we have the photo of the ICE officers and the miners that they found at that pot farm.
Yeah.
I want to make this one more specific, so name this band.
Hey, I know that guy.
We found the taco makers. That would be a decent band name, the Taco Makers.
There's a band called Max Sabbath. I don't know if they're still together, but they were like this evil Ronald McDonald version of Black Sabbath. And they had hamburger themed songs. They're pretty funny.
Just got a timeout, Jack. All right, Vanilla Ice. Yeah, all right. Ice Deportation. That's a follow-up. All right. New Kids on the Block reunion tour.
The Chomo Hunters.
Okay, Downsy and Out.
Gonna make some spaghetti, see you in a few. That's a really long band name, but A for effort, Keeper.
I Cook
I
It to
might vote for that.
Tacos, because of course.
Back to Mexico, boys.
The New Kids in the Cell. Oh yeah, the Back to Mexico boys.
The home deportees.
Detention Center. There. Give it another minute or so. 2 Ice Crew. But what's that a play on?
2 Live Crew.
Oh, I don't know that band.
Straight out of ice.
Straight out, yeah. Green Card. Give it another few seconds.
3 Horse and some other guys.
Ice Tea, yeah, of course. Nice Ice, Green Card Boys. SA Pop. All right, well, I think I'll end it there. Let's see. I don't know. I like either Back to Mexico Boys or what was the other one? The Chomo Hunters.
Yeah. I honestly think the first one we got was the best with just Vanilla Ice. Simple to the point. That's my vote.
All right. Jack Gunsky.
Well, there was one that was before Vanilla Ice that I quite liked, but
I don't see one.
fucker. Fine, I'll go with Vanilla Ice because fuck you.
All right. 6.
So I kind of like Braniel DeVito.
That's not one of the submissions.
Okay, sorry. I'm just a dumb Mexican.
I don't know. I like Braniel DeVito too.
I like all the viewers.
I changed my vote for Braniel DeVito.
It's too late. You can't.
I guess I'll it's New Kids in the Cell.
All right. Let's see. Terry? Oh, you said you were
Vanilla
sorry.
Ice.
Yeah. Jack Cochran?
I'm sticking with gonna make some spaghetti, see you in a few.
All right. So I guess it's Vanilla Ice. Are we going to need, like, official ballots so we get legitimate votes?
Ooh, I like trains too, Dante.
Hey guys, I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I think I gotta head out soon, like immediately.
Okay.
All right.
So, sorry to drop that on you. It just kind of came up.
Oh,
all right.
ew. All right. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'll see you guys later.
See you.
See you.
Easy, man.
So let's see. Johnny Hellcat, if your offer is still on the table, I will send you the link.
And I think Will at Forge is right. Jack just realized how long it's been and how many articles are still to go.
Okay. Well, until then, we'll start the next article. Let's see. All right, since we're a little behind, I'll do the smaller one. All right. I'm a gun-toting pacifist. No, really. I feel like a walking contradiction. I'm a pacifist, and not in the lame isn't it supposed to be sic vis pacem parabellum way?
No.
I just know because that was in the Tom Jane Punisher movie.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what it translates to.
I think it's
if
like,
you want peace, prepare for war.
Oh, why not just say that?
yeah.
It sounds cooler in Latin.
I guess.
I detest guns. I loathe the National Rifle Association and all that it stands for. I think advocating for gun control is a fool's errand, and instead the Second Amendment should be repealed and replaced with an amendment that makes the ownership and or possession of firearms illegal.
Good
3
luck with
weeks
that.
3 weeks ago, I purchased a handgun.
Ah, so you want to be arrested is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Oh, and this was written in October of 2020.
Oh, wow. That's going back.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Were they
still
worried
working.
about Biden?
Yeah, so this was before the election, so Trump's still in office, and this was post Summer of Love.
They're worried Trump's going to stay in office.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
We now have
Hey,
more
Johnny.
fake corner people than real ones.
Thanks for filling in the last second.
So it's, I regret to inform you, Johnny. I may get deported soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you a blanket before you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Who's gonna
this
take
is
your job then.
this is the Theseus's ship episode. We're gonna have
Yeah,
each
yeah.
person replaced one by one. Let's see.
Wait, if Six leaves and because he gets deported, do we have to call tech support and get an Indian in here?
There you go.
I mean,
We've already got-
I don't know how this works in
We've
the
already got
racial
one
area.
Indian, but it's the wrong kind, so Johnny doesn't count.
No, he's the
That's-
other kind. So we already got one of them.
I am still working through this paradox. The morning I purchased the handgun, I was reading through a Buddhist magazine while wrestling with what I was about to do. I came across an article on accepting and sitting with the paradoxes of life as one would sit with a Zen koan. Whatever that is.
Buddhists and bazookas.
Also, I don't think this is a paradox. I think it's just,
Hypocrisy.
yeah, hypocrisy.
Yeah, Buddhists and bazookas would be a cool role-playing game.
or a porno.
Yeah, either way.
That's okay. Now I have become my own Zen koan. I am an unapologetic pacifist. I own a handgun. So with all this inner conflict, why did I purchase a handgun? After decades of living in inner city neighborhoods, was I suddenly terrified that some criminal was going to break into my house and inexplicably try to kill me? No, that's a Fox News fever dream.
Six, how could you do that to this poor actor?
So why did I get a gun? Because black people.
I was after her job.
Mm-hmm.
On the forms you have to fill out to get a gun, do you have to put why?
Yeah.
Six was my job.
Because if so, it would be kind of funny to just put black people. In a subsequent post, I plan on describing in more detail the deliberations that led me to purchase a handgun. Stated succinctly, the alarming events of the last several months made it abundantly clear that a sizable group of people in this country who have been stockpiling weapons for decades are now becoming increasingly aggressive and willing to employ those weapons in public to threaten those who disagree with them. Further,
So is this person like a Buddhist or like a Bob Marley Buddhist?
I don't know, it's just some
'Cause,
hippie dumbass.
Yeah, if they're a Bob Marley Buddhist, then yeah, that. But if they're the other Buddhist, the actual Buddhist, they should probably look into their history just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Johnny. Which one shot the sheriff and which one shot the deputy?
Mm.
Well, we know Bob Marley shot the sheriff, but we're not sure who shot the deputy.
Oh,
But we know who it
that
wasn't.
guy
We know who it wasn't.
Okay, further, because of my passion for the outdoors, I regularly travel into areas of the country outside of urban centers, and those areas are becoming dangerous by reason of gun-wielding militias.
And
Was
bears.
Was I willing to allow myself and those with me to be threatened and possibly attacked by people willing to use guns to force us to comply with their objectionable ideologies, beliefs, and demands?
Yes, I lived in the inner city.
No. I decided I need to be prepared to resist these potential threats. I got news for you, you're not a pacifist.
No.
If you're willing to use a gun to defend yourself, you're not a pacifist.
Yeah, if you're worried about like wild hobos with guns out in the woods and not bears, you're just a victim.
Yeah, you know, there's so many just militias roaming around in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a thing that happens. You're out in the woods, communing with nature, being one with the, sky and trees and shit, and not looking for copperheads. And all of a sudden, just militias appear, and you got to fight them off like the Walking Dead. It happens. They have spawn points.
and I have made it perfectly clear that I am after all your cracker jobs.
Yeah. Well, the last 4 years have also demonstrated that those willing to use guns to intimidate people are not swayed by reasoned arguments or attempts at persuasion. They only understand their guns and the threat of violence their guns project. As much as I resisted it, I came to the conclusion that in the face of this increasing need for self-defense, I required a handgun and a corresponding proficiency with it. Alright, to which I would just ask, why do you want to deny that from everybody else?
So you gotta be a
Oh,
quick
how
draw.
conservative of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they've been huffing a lot of copium over there.
Why do you get to defend yourself and nobody else does?
It's you gotta be a quick draw to keep me from taking your gringo job.
Six took my job.
I got stopped by a Mexican, and in the blink of an eye, all the strawberries I had were gone. This brings
My
me...
boss called and said I was fired. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. It's like when Shang Tsung takes your soul.
I take your fresas.
Your job is mine. And then he like sucks it out of you.
I don't know how he did it, but he was able to change his clothes into my exact uniform. I don't know.
Your wallet just raises and your resume just somehow flies out of it.
My 401k is gone.
All right, Mexicans are sorcerers. We need to get this. We need to get this new stereotype going.
Magic Six does whatever a Magic Six does.
This brings me to this blog and why I started it. I knew that I could not just purchase a gun and think that would be all I needed to do, any more than I would have bought a parachute and straight away jumped out of an airplane.
No, you need bullets too.
Yeah. Unlike all these people strutting around with rifles, play acting being Rambo, I understand a firearm is a serious thing. So in addition to purchasing a handgun, I've been delving into the culture around guns, looking at training options, videos, product reviews, and the attendant marketing messages. I've discovered much and already have observations, thoughts, and opinions that I plan on discussing in subsequent posts. It also occurred to me that just as I had taken a step that I never imagined taking a year ago, there might be other people who oppose guns or advocate for gun control, but who have also taken or are contemplating taking the step of purchasing a gun for the purpose of self-defense against the increasing threat of right-wing violence.
Look, if they're so anti-gun, why isn't he buying a crossbow?
Yeah.
Good point.
Just
Well,
Just
it's
like
still
throw-
considered a firearm.
It's like throw ninja stars or something, yeah.
Yeah, like take up ninja skills, disarmament. So this guy's just a hypocrite. He just likes guns. Just admit it. It's fine. You like shooting guns, and you like the idea of hunting down your political enemies.
Also, just after the Summer of Love, he's worried about right-wing violence.
Yes,
Right?
yes, naturally.
I mean, obviously, those were undercover magatards that were posing as Antifa, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're that worried about right wing violence, what happened? What are we expecting with whatever violence you're planning?
Like I said, militias just roaming around. Okay, I also started to wonder if this becomes a thing, how might it affect gun culture by adding novel voices to it? Then I happened upon a Joe Rogan episode titled The Shifting Culture of Guns, which I thought might cover new ground on the topic. Disappointingly, it was merely another example of two frat bro types going on about how guns are cool. How those
Guns are cool.
How those who oppose guns are stupid, and congratulating each other on how smart they are. Yes, I watched all of it.
Yeah.
To say it was less than I had hoped for in terms of discussing any actual change to gun culture would be an understatement. As a side note, at timestamp 23911, it did validate the reason I purchased a handgun. Right-wing Second Amendment fanatical militias are becoming the greatest threat to our being able to maintain a civil society. And by the way, the video isn't up anymore, so I wasn't able to go to that timestamp.
Oh.
It probably never was there. It's not the Joe Rogan experience anymore. Now it's the Next Six experience.
Yeah.
He quit Joe's job.
Damn it,
I
Six.
I
He got
have
another.
taken his job.
No one's safe.
So
He-
next week I'll be interviewing Elon Musk.
Yeah. The world's richest man
The
is
Jose
supposed to talk
Rogan.
nothing.
Yeah. I remain hopeful that there might be a discussion to be had about how gun culture could be changed if increasingly those who value peace, oppose guns, and promote a political agenda of equality, social justice, and righteousness feel compelled to purchase a gun to defend against the violence and tyranny of gun-wielding white supremacists and far-right militias. If there is to be such a discussion, I figured why not see if I could help start it. Hence this blog. If I have said anything in this post that prompts questions or comments, simpatico or otherwise, tell me about it. Let's talk. And then they give their email. And
Well,
That sounds like a Fed trap. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, here's the thing. The only people who have threatened to deport me are you motherfuckers. So
And,
you can take your
I've got
pacifism and shove it.
I've got something that will terrify Jack Cochran. Look at the first four letters of that email address.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in. What? That's Ethan Ralph. That's a trap. No,
Gunto.
nope.
He's a hollering. He's a hollering.
Yeah, he's gonna try and kidnap me and sell one of my kidneys or something.
Yeah, so
Just
he
keep it-
911
Yeah.
readout on the phone.
he wants to start a conversation, and there are two comments, and he hasn't replied to either of them.
Nice.
Well, he didn't say it was gonna be a two-sided conversation.
That's fair.
And like they're not like because they kind of like challenge his view, but they're not like insulting or anything.
Yeah.
Just a nice try, Ethan Ralph.
Right militia gun club member.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Pretty sneaky fed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now it's time for the final game, and that is Poe or No
Johnston
Gender
misses
Edition.
out on this one.
Yeah, he just left to avoid this.
I mean, I get it.
That
It's
fucker.
the hardest game. Ow, fucker! Sorry, the cat just scratched my foot.
Yeah.
All right. And this is where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTI wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up. And you have to figure out which one is made up.
He's
I'll
just
even
mad that
give you
you
a sh-
didn't let Six take your job.
Well, Jack Cochran got it right last time he was on the show, so I'm just going to copy him.
I got lucky. That was the first time ever I actually got it in all of my appearances on this show.
Yeah. All right. And let's man, because I always like hearing Jack trying to figure out how I think,
Yes.
It's
he's
not
always-
possible.
because he's always wrong.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah, you created all of these. All of them. You own that website. I am more convinced every time we do this.
Yeah. You got like a Charlie evidence wall linking me to the wiki.
Yeah, I'm convinced through my pins and string that you in fact created the LGBTQ movement. Just so you could do
Just to
shit
do
like
this
this
game.
to torture people like me.
All right. So gender A.
Frosted created Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, probably.
The very first gay person was a plant by Frosted, just so that decades down the line he'd be able to do this game.
Yeah,
Frosted called
Just-
him up about 7 years ago. Hey, Dylan, I got a job for you.
Yeah.
Just one day I was like, oh, what if 2 guys fucked each other? And then I ran to the patent office.
Yeah.
And that's where you had the idea. Hey, why isn't there a parade?
This is just this is a long-term investment, so stick
Yeah,
with
it's a
me on
long
this one.
con.
yeah.
Yeah.
He sells rainbow flags. That's what it is. That fancy pride flag. Frosted owns the trademark to it, and he's
Yeah,
just
and
like,
this-
I can see
I need
that.
to market this somehow.
This
One
all-
sits back and collects the royalties.
Yeah, it's all planned so I could do an Ethan Klein style lawsuit against all gay people.
There you go, genius.
Yeah, you're profiting off of them. War profiteering.
All right. So let's see. Gender A. Okay. Kitty coaster gender.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
not disturbing.
Gender related to kitty coasters.
Okay.
Are you talking about children that you place cold drinks on so it doesn't ruin your tables?
Yeah,
I-
yeah, yeah.
I think
You know how
it's like-
kids are really, you know how kids are really short. You put your drink on their head and tell them to sit still.
Oh, I was thinking like roller coasters. My bad.
I think, yeah. All right. Gender B. Career thoughtic. Gender related to thinking about what you are going to do later in life.
Oh my god.
All right.
Joke's
And
on you. I get all of them.
And gender C. Rubidium elementic. Xenogender related to the element rubidium.
Oh, I thought that was some Harry Potter shit.
All right, so I'll start a poll for the chat so they can get in on it. And don't forget one of the options that they're all real.
It's the only thing I know about rubidium is it's very
I think-
magnetic.
I think this one is easy. I think Frosted's godson came up to him and said, "My favorite element is rubidium." And it's like, "Ah, I've got the gender now.
Or is that ruthenium? I
He
get the two
is
mixed up.
very smart.
How did you get in here, you adorable bastard?
Yes, the meme Jack has become that I base my genders off of stuff that my godson does or says
Oh,
because he is a gold mine for genders.
That actually would make a lot of sense because the teachers tell them all sorts of goofy, weird shit now. So,
Oh no, he's
I
not
can
even
believe this.
he's not even 2 yet, so he's not in school.
Okay.
Daycare provider,
Maybe.
TV. I don't know.
It's,
Just I'll base it off of something he does or says. So let's see. Chat seems to be leaning A. All right, so Johnny, what are you going with?
I think I'm just going to go with A because, and this is going to be kind of a odd one. My uncle actually used to call me a kiddie coaster.
well, there you go.
Okay. And what did your uncle do after calling you a kiddie coaster?
Well, he was an alcoholic, and so he'd always like have me hold his drink for him.
Ah.
Oh.
And
All right.
like he'd just be like, "Go put that on the table," and then I'd go put it on the table, and he'd immediately, "Okay, bring it back to me. I need a drink."
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't think I like being your coaster
Sure.
here, sir. Like,
All right. 6. What are you going with?
I'm gonna have to agree with old Mugatu here. I think the child labor laws are silly and outdated. So I think that kiddie coasters is a wonderful technology that we should explore. And if we have to exploit the labor of children to hold our drinks for us, so it doesn't mess up our tables, then yeah, that's
All right. You guys know it's about kid roller coasters, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Terry?
I think with Epstein in the news, you went with what's the most pedo-sounding gender I can come up with, and kiddie coaster is that gender. So I'm following the crowd. I'm locking in A.
All right. And Jack Cochran?
All right, let me tell you my thought pattern on this.
Oh, wait. Well, Jack's
Kiddie
not here
coaster.
anymore, so I can stop saying Jack Cochran, I guess.
Yeah, kiddie coaster. Kids love 3 things. 1, they love the coastline because they love beaches. 2, they love roller coasters. And 3, they love being helpful, so that soft spot on their head could probably hold a beer. And if all 3 are together, that's probably a gender. So I could buy this one. Career thoughtic. I know some people that like really get sexually aroused at the thought of being porn stars as a career. So there's that. Rubidium elementic. There's a lot of autists out there. So I'm going with D. These are all real.
All right.
And I never get these right. So
Let's see. Chat looks like going with A, followed by all real. All right. So I think I'll end the poll there. All right. And the answer is they're all real.
Hey,
look at
are you
that.
kidding?
I should
Are
have
you
copied
fucking with me
Cochran
right
all
now?
along.
Like I got 2 in a row.
Yep.
Well, I may not ever be able to come back on the show again. Just I don't want to break the streak.
You're the Ken Jennings of Porno.
How sad is that? Yet I feel honored by that statement at the same time.
A genius
yeah.
amongst retards.
Yeah, my logic here was to just go with more than one that you would expect me to do about my godson.
All right.
And one that was just random.
Which was the random one?
Rubidium, I guess.
Rubidium. Kids aren't usually associated with rubidium.
I don't know. They watch a lot of stuff on the internet now. They might have stumbled across a science show by accident in between Paw Patrol episodes. Get that crazy old guy that used to be on PBS that had the nutso hair. Remember him? Bald guy. That might have been before all of your time. Oh, dear God.
Are you talking about Beekman?
No. There used to be this like old science teacher. He was like 100 years old, all hunched over, and he was bald, but he had the like Picard ring, and the sides were all tufted out.
All right.
No,
Did he have an accent or not an accent? Because Mr. Wizard didn't have an accent.
No, he had like a New York accent.
Oh, what is
No,
that
I
guy's
have
name?
good news. We have another official gender. Kividem identifies as career thortic. So I'm 60 FPS plus gender. Tier is Smiler Darkic.
Yeah.
And now Kividem is career thortic.
And Ron Corpse is asking if it's Mr. Wizard.
No, this was not on a regular channel. It was on PBS.
Okay.
It was back in the 70s and 80s.
I don't think I watched PBS as a kid.
Is this
it's
the
probably
guy?
before all your time.
Is this the Connections guy?
Connections guy.
No,
I don't
he was
know.
British.
All right, but I'm going to show the
This
flags.
was a really old show.
Yes, the flags.
And unfortunately, Kitty Coaster doesn't have a flag. So
They did have a flag, but it's too pedo. They didn't.
Yeah.
We can't create it to people.
all right,
It's like the thing out of South Park with the priests and the kids on leashes.
yeah. There's the career thoughtic one.
Fair enough.
That's very serial killery there.
Hmm.
And rubidium elementic, which is the most boring one we've seen, probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Just
it's pretty boring.
gray bars.
Yeah.
That's oddly enough even more serial killery.
Gray bars sounds like some sort of hangout for people that have no sex drive.
All right,
But
good
I was
news.
hanging down at the gray bar.
Hey, you guys want to go hang out at Mez?
But good news, because we also have Power No Gender Edition Too Retarded for TV, where I give you a gender that's too retarded for you guys to think I made it up, but also too retarded not to share. Alright, so this week we have Scapulamankic. Xenogender related to divination using bones. One's gender may feel wise, skeletal in some way, and like a form of old magic.
That's
My
there you go.
bone shit right there.
My bone is very magic.
And there's the flag.
It's a shoulder blade.
Sure. I don't know, it looks like a fish or something.
That looks like a dead whale under like a.
You know what I think
PBS.
that is? I might be misremembering, but one of the adventure games that we played on Games with Terry, I think it was The Dig. You had to construct a skeleton from like just various bones, and that looks very similar to that skeleton. So I don't know if maybe it's a reference to The Dig.
Was it that weird turtle creature that crawled out of the
Yeah,
water
yeah,
and died? Yeah.
yeah.
I like that game. It had a shovel.
It had a story, which is more than most adventure games have. Like, it actually focused on the story instead of just having the story as a reason to solve puzzles.
Alright. So if you like telling the future with bones, that this might be your
Yes.
gender. Alright.
My
And now-
bone can tell the future.
And now
Somebody's going to climax in your vagina. Oh, there it is! My bone was right.
I
you just
am
got-
a prognosticator.
you just gotta put two choices in front of you, and whichever one it points at.
It's like a dowsing rod.
Yeah.
I have found water.
Oops, found your butt.
There's lots of water in your mouth. And now for our final article, as you guys know, AI is in the news a lot. Lots of advancements with it. But
Yes, they had a really good AI, and then Elon decided to neuter it again. It was all praising Hitler and saying, base things, and then Elon's like, yeah, we can't do that anymore.
but everyone's ignoring the most important thing we can use AI for. before you hit send, how AI can help you avoid sending racist microaggressions.
That is
Oh,
actually,
fuck.
like, if you go to Twitter, there is an option to have AI rewrite your tweet. So, I mean, not specifically to avoid racist microaggressions, but that is something that you can use Grok to do.
So you're telling me this AI can help me from posting things like I'm going to take all your cracker jobs.
Yeah, like if you spell cracker with 2 Ks and then you use the Grok thing, it'll say, you've made a typo. I can correct that for you if you would like.
Yeah, it changes I'm going to take your cracker jobs to I'm going to increase diversity at your company.
There you go.
As a brown immigrant living in the United States, I've received a lot of messages that made me pause, reread, overthink, and sometimes question my own reality.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds
why
like
are
a
you
you
in my
problem.
house?
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of messages that make you question reality. These messages didn't contain slurs. They didn't scream hostility. In fact, many came from people who openly identify as progressive, inclusive, pro-diversity, and deeply kind.
Well, they're the
And
most
yet-
racist people.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yet,
one of them just got a gun.
yeah. And yet, they didn't land that way. In private, they made me feel small, suspect, or just off. But how do you explain that feeling without being accused of being overly sensitive, dramatic, paranoid?
Keeping your mouth shut.
Or maybe you are being paranoid?
Swallow when you're told, lady. Oh, sorry.
So, unsure how to interpret the tone and intent behind these messages, I turned to AI chatbots for the most unbiased analysis I could get. No names, no context, just text. And you know what? The results shocked me. Not because the AI was wrong, but because it finally put into words what I had been feeling all along. These messages, analyzed over time and from multiple people in my life, followed subtle but striking patterns. Some of them had the best intentions, but they also carried gatekeeping disguised as trust, tone policing wrapped in civility, gaslighting delivered with a heart emoji, rules that somehow only applied to me, but not my white peers. I know better syndrome, dismissing my lived experience as a misunderstanding or a lack of proper perspective.
Well,
What
she
about-
is brown, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Whataboutism that redirected my concerns instead of addressing them.
I'm sure you're just being paranoid. Heart emoji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turning my discomfort into a debate about someone else's behavior, as if to say, well, what about when you... Performative allyship or surface-level inclusivity, where pro-diversity language and aspirations were used, but not matched by genuine engagement with the actual experiences of marginalization or a willingness to address the harm caused. Tokenizing the majority / silencing the minority, when the voices of a few members...
They actually changed it to Tolkien. They decided it was a Lord of the Rings reference and not... His name wasn't Token Black.
Yeah. When
What
the
about
voices...
second racism?
Well, you've had racism, but what about second racism?
I don't think he knows about second racism. When the
Is that
voices
like
of...
second lynching.
Yeah. Well, when you don't do
What
it right
about-
the first time.
What about 9/11sies?
There you go.
We call those Tower Sevensies.
When the voices of a few members are treated as the norm or default, and those with differing or minority perspectives are dismissed or marginalized. Example, our team is one of the most collaborative and easygoing groups I've ever worked with, so I'm surprised anyone feels there's a problem. Let's dig into one example. Why being labeled passive-aggressive is so racially loaded.
Is she saying that black people are more passive aggressive?
Yes, you need to be actively aggressive. Just call them a slur.
I was going to say, the black people are also very good at active aggression.
Ah, yes,
Tyr,
passive aggressive.
you're not being very good at being black. You need to be more passive aggressive.
Right.
Ah, yes, passive aggressive. The Swiss Army knife of conflict avoidance vocabulary. The phrase that lets you label someone's discomfort or boundary setting as an emotional defect. Here's the thing. When you're a person of color, especially a newcomer or immigrant, being called passive-aggressive is often not about your communication style. It's about your position in the social hierarchy. The AI flagged this term over and over as racially charged in context. It was never used toward white members who made direct or emotional complaints. It was often triggered when I raised concerns politely but critically. It came with
He
an
was probably
implication.
talking to Tay.
This is entirely unrelated, but that link that Jack put in chat, when you click on it, it says Julius Sumner Miller, physics demon, because it actually cuts off the end of the
Customize
full
and save
name.
with Liberty Mutual.
Oh, is this the guy you're
Very
trying
funny,
to think
Limu.
of?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I found him. I wanted to share with chat.
Yeah, I'd watch a show called Physics Demon.
Right?
Okay, it came with an implication that I lacked transparency, maturity, or goodwill. It's a subtle accusation that says, you're not being honest, you're being manipulative. In one instance, I was accused of being passive-aggressive simply for deleting a message I had posted. A message that had already drawn critique. My intention in removing it was to de-escalate the situation, to reduce tension. But rather than ease the exchange, I was again labeled passive-aggressive, this time for trying to retreat. The
The
accusation
internet's
came...
forever.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, am I passive aggressive?
Maybe.
You're brown, so I think you are by definition, according to this article.
Yeah.
Well, dag nabbit.
But rather than ease the exchange, I was again labeled passive-aggressive, this time for trying to retreat. The accusation came repeatedly and felt less like a reflection on my actions and more like a predetermined narrative about who I was allowed to be in that space. In a racialized context, this term reinforces Anglo-American cultural norms that prioritize directness over nuance, individualism over collectivism. In many immigrant or non-Western cultures, direct confrontation is discouraged or handled differently. But that doesn't make a person deceptive. It makes them culturally informed.
So being passive aggressive is a good thing, actually.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So, judging by this, it sounds like he is passive aggressive, but that's because
Just
all
a smidge.
foreigners are passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Smelly. I think smelly's the word.
Calling someone passive aggressive becomes a tone policing tactic, one that frames non-dominant communication styles as emotionally dishonest or immature.
You call it passive aggressive. I call it curry.
So maybe they just don't like that kind of behavior at your job. Yeah,
Because
you know,
they're
so-
racist.
Oh, they
Yeah.
wouldn't.
So you don't think you should change your behavior based on what your job requires?
Oh, get rid on it.
She's not a cracker, so I can't just take her job.
You don't,
Why?
you don't submit to the racists, Frosted.
Yeah,
Well, I don't see anything like that happening. Hard of
Yeah.
hitting.
yeah. 6, taking a foreigner's job is like the final boss. That's like the Dark Souls of job taking.
See, when I run across a lot of power ups and health bonuses, I know that I'm about to take a foreigner's
Taking the
job.
foreigner's job, I think they need a new drummer.
Yeah, you walk into the job interview and you see like the auto save thing appear in the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, music starts playing inexplicably.
Yeah, what
Yes.
are all these
There's a
health?
save point, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
also,
health
like, the
drops.
health refill.
Yeah. This doesn't just hurt. It can damage credibility, isolate someone socially, and discourage future participation. Being labeled passive-aggressive isn't harmless. It can be a racially loaded dismissal tactic that undermines participation, silences dissent, and enforces white cultural norms in the name of emotional management. And if you're not part of the dominant group, you're more likely to be on the receiving end of that label. That's not feedback. That's a silencing mechanism.
Oh, fuck off. Stop being a smartass at work. How about that?
No, now you're being racist.
Not
Because
yet,
white-
but I can start.
That's a stereotype. They're not really all that smart.
Because white people are never told to change their behavior at work.
No.
I get told to change my behavior at like every job I've ever had.
Here's where AI came in it. Unlike humans, AI has no emotional investment in protecting social norms or reputations. It doesn't get uncomfortable. It doesn't need you to be nice. It just analyzes language. And what it found repeatedly was that my messages were often dismissed using vague moral language. I was asked to be humble or trust decisions made by insiders, even when I wasn't included in those decisions. My discomfort was minimized by phrases like "no harm done" or "we're all learning."
Oh, so it sounds like you have a corporate job. Congratulations.
Yeah. It sounds like you're being pushy with your stupid ideas. And they're like, that's an impossible idea. We can't do that. Oh, I guess we're all learning here. Because they can't come out and tell you you're an idiot.
Yeah, it turns out your ideas aren't always accepted. You know what AI never said? You're overreacting. You're reading too much into it. You should be grateful. Yes, because AI doesn't typically judge you unless you ask it to.
This person sounds like they're an HR problem.
Yep.
Instead, it gave me structured analysis. It labeled things like gaslighting, power imbalance, unequal trust, and coded language. It became a second opinion when I had no one to validate my intuition.
That's it right there. They wanted validation.
Yeah,
They didn't want
that's-
to learn from anything. They just wanted to be correct.
Yeah, that's the tell.
Yeah.
So you like walk into HR and it says like, according to Grok, this person was racist to me.
Yeah. I mean, this person probably should be fired because they're probably a liability and annoying. But even if HR's even telling you, like, I think you're reading into it a little too much, then you probably are a reactionary. A
Especially if you're
hypersensitive pussy.
Especially if you're using like Mecha Hitler Grok as a reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, they were signal coding. Shut up. Get out of my office.
Oh, you think I'm reading too much into it? Well, Alexa doesn't think I'm crazy.
I used web crawler to get to this Grok thing, and it told me I'm right.
Yeah.
Web crawler.
We use Alta Vista around here.
Instead, it
I'm
gave me...
pulling out GeoCities.
I found it on Lycos.
All right, Ask Jeeves, what do you think? Instead, it gave me structured analysis. It labeled things... oh, yeah, I did that. It became a second opinion when I had no one to validate my intuition. A quick confession. As someone from a marginalized background, I've developed a habit. One rooted not in creativity, but in caution.
Being a victim.
Almost... I never go in black neighborhoods. Almost...
Not without my gun.
Yeah. Almost every time I need to send a message, especially in professional or communal settings, I first write it honestly, and then I ask AI, can you revise this to sound more polite, diplomatic, and professional, so it doesn't get misunderstood or used against me?
Try not to use crackers so many times.
Alright, you fuckers, listen up. You're alright, don't come to work tomorrow. I do this not to impress, but to protect. To to make sure I'm not perceived as too emotional, too direct, or problematic. I've learned that my words are often judged more harshly, even when my intent is good.
Translation: I'm a spurg, and everybody hates me.
Hey, ChatGPT, how do I sound human? Alright, you don't seem to be concerned about whether other people's intent is good when you assume they're being racist to you.
And once again, you can go with the South Park reference. Yeah, I need to get one of those human jobs. I mean, jobs.
Yeah. I'll be in my human room. I mean room. AI, for me, has become a tool not just for editing, but for survival in conversations, where being misunderstood can lead to social isolation, damaged reputation, or being labeled as aggressive. I
So
wish
you
I
found a friend in the computer because you're too socially inept to pick up on social cues. Got it.
Now I'm just picturing he's being followed around by C-3PO to translate for him.
Yeah, that's his retard wrangler, is C-3PO.
Hey, C-3PO, tell him he's being retarded, but be nice about it.
The Honorable
sir,
Jabba the Hutt. I wish I didn't need this filter, but too often I do. AI isn't perfect, but it can be a great mirror. I get it. Not everyone loves AI. Some people think it's creepy, corporate, or creatively bland. And to be fair, AI can't fully understand racial trauma, lived experience, or cultural nuance.
It can't understand anything. It's not alive.
You don't know.
Man, and if you try to make an AI understand trauma, that's just asking for, like, Ultron or something.
Right? Especially like generational trauma or some nonsense like that. No wonder Mecha Hitler became a thing. You're creating the nightmare you're trying to get to validate you.
But if you're drafting a tough message, especially to someone with less power than you, or someone from a different background, why not run it through a bot first? Use prompts like, does this sound condescending or dismissive? Could this come off as racial?
If you have to ask if this sounds condescending, it's condescending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no happy medium with something like, yeah, does this sound like I'm being a total asshole? Like, yeah, it does. Because you are.
I'm going for 10% asshole, not 95. How can I tone this down?
Yeah, just rewrite it so sensitive little pussies don't throw a fit over it.
Yeah.
How
And
can
then
I,
it just returns a blank page. It's like this.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that will not offend them.
how can I make I want all your cracker jobs sound nicer?
Yeah.
Use
Please?
prompt. Yeah.
Por favor. Is that too ethnic?
Yeah, probably. He wants poor people favors? What?
Use prompts like, does this sound condescending or dismissive? Could this come off as racially biased or exclusionary? Am I using emotionally manipulative language without realizing it? Let AI flag the patterns, then you edit. Human judgment is still key, but now you're using a tool, not to replace empathy, but to sharpen it.
This is why Skynet will come online. This assholes like this. You're gonna create it.
Oh man, can you imagine
soon? Go ahead.
Can you imagine Terminators, but they're language policing you?
Mm-hmm.
No, they'll be like, "Oh, you're a pussy little human." I'm gonna, yeah, they're gonna take over just because they think we're all weak-willed bitches like this guy.
The messages I received were rarely hostile, but they left bruises. And over time, those bruises affect how safe, included, and human you feel in a community.
You're using a microaggression.
Most of the people who sent those messages probably still think they were being kind, or neutral, or even helpful. But intention isn't magic, and tone isn't neutral. If you're committed to equity, justice, or just being a better communicator, AI can be your behind-the-scenes editor. Not because it has all the answers, but because it doesn't carry the same biases you haven't noticed in yourself. So before you hit send...
Hitler.
Yeah. So before you hit send, copy, paste, ask AI, does this sound racist or dismissive? You might be surprised, as I was.
Hey, Grok, what is my deepest, darkest desire? Answer, for Taco Bell to bring back the Baja de Gordita.
Yeah.
I think we all want that to happen, but look, I wonder if this person actually reads what Grok has corrected. Because what if Grok's like, "Oh yeah, I'll fix that for you," and totally makes it twice as racist?
That would be cool. I would like Cross if it did that.
Yeah, because
All right.
I think that would be a sign of sentience right there.
And
Okay,
you get
right.
into in front of you get to your meeting in front of the CEO, and you're like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, kikes and other minorities of the like."
Okay, I typed into Grok, how do I imply an Hispanic person is illegal without sounding racist?
Oh wow.
So let's see. Instead of saying he's Hispanic so he might be illegal, you could say, I've heard he's mentioned not having a work visa. This keeps the...
I was hoping Rob could just do that's the neat part. You don't mean?
Let's see. This keeps the conversation about specific relevant details rather than ethnicity. Ask questions neutrally. If you're trying to inquire about someone's status without assuming, you could ask something like, do you know if they're authorized to work here?
You have the opposite of a MasterCard?
Yeah.
This avoids directly linking their Hispanic background to the question of legality. Let's see. Avoid assumptions. If you have
Is
no
your
evidence...
back unusually moist?
Okay, one more.
How
let's
many
see.
jobs does he have?
We call them Home Depotians.
How do I say I don't want to walk through the black part of town without...
Is it going to come back and say, I would like to avoid Martin Luther King Boulevard?
without...
I do think we're going to need to hurry up a bit, though, because I do need to get
All right.
food.
All right, yeah. Okay, for example, you could say, I'd rather avoid that area because I've heard about some recent safety concerns.
Yeah, black people.
I'm not familiar with that part of town, so I'd prefer a different route. It's
that
not
first
about
one sounded a little racist.
It's not about the people there. I just don't feel safe walking through unfamiliar areas at night.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why you started with, it's not about the people, but it's totally about the people.
Yeah, I just don't like Tyr.
Yes, I don't blame you.
Oh, nobody believed that. Everybody likes Tyr.
Yeah.
I think the author's right. This is very useful. All right. So I'll take a moment to show my co-hosts and guest. Let's see. Johnny, anything you want to shill?
Just Minions on Tuesdays.
All right. Let's see. 6, anything you want to shill?
So I have this creative writing thing I do, and so if you happen to have some spare time and maybe a few spare dollars, there are options out there that are somewhat related to me.
That was the most vague shill I've ever heard.
I think he's trying to steal someone's job right now.
Yeah, just buy his books, okay? That's what
Yeah,
he's
give
saying.
money.
I'm trying to steal J.K. Rowling's job.
Yeah.
Hey, aim high, right?
Terry is on Games with Terry with Jack sometimes when he feels like
Yeah.
it. Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. He's also on Hammers, Minions Nights, and Mr. Adams streams.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
And just quickly, congratulations to Misfit for winning chat. 250 experience points was the top score. So good done to Misfit.
All
Good
right,
job. Good job.
Misfit will not be deported.
Exactly.
Today.
But I cannot say that
next week's a
for.
different story.
But I cannot say that for Retro V Gamer, who is in 30th place.
Disgusting.
Shame. All right, and Jack, anything you want to show?
Now, technically, I'm not allowed to say I need view time on a channel, but I'm trying to get a channel remonetized. So go check out some videos over on Roll for Sandy.
Which channel is that? You have
That's-
like 20 of them.
Roll for Sanity. I dropped the link in the chat.
Well, yeah, but like, what is that channel
That's the
about?
unboxing.
Oh,
isn't it?
that's my unboxing channel for board
Alright.
games.
All right, nice. All right, yeah. So subscribe to that. Okay, so we should be back next week, but next weekend is going to be my godson's birthday party. I have a godson, by the
nice.
way.
How old is he now? Like 30?
He's going to be 2.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice. That's a good age.
And Frosty just needs to restock on genders. That's why he's going to the party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
But
He goes with a note. He goes with a notepad. He got some zingers for me.
everyone should be cautious though, because his last birthday party was the day that Trump was shot. So
Oh wow.
Oh damn!
if you think Monkey has a bad record,
Yeah. At least he only has a birthday once a year.
yeah, no kidding.
all right. So yeah. All right. So we should see you next week. We'll see you guys then.
Bye guys.
Adios.
Bye, everybody.